we're back for another episode. What the fuck is going on, people?
Nice to see you.
So, podcast gotten scammed. God, imagine we had money. Someone would scam this. Imagine we had some sort of ad revenue.
Yeah, we were just watching this. If you guys are paying attention, ladies and gentlemen, also women who watch.
There's some.
There's some ladies. Podcast getting scammed. You probably saw Theo Vaughn's thing on there. I watched those guys talk about.
They making money though.
Gary V as well.
Yeah. What like Gary V? What?
So Amish and
Amish Patel, who comedian. You've seen him on the immigrant section, maybe.
Yeah, and Coffeezilla interviewed this guy from the UK who has, it's like Contrapreneur or like
what?
It's called Contrapreneur. His like channel,
like contraband with entrepreneur,
like an entrepreneur that's trying to fuck you over by saying like, hey, you know those guys that are like, I made $1 million in like 10 days or some shit.
Oh, like contradiction type shit?
Yeah.
Like they're con men.
Yeah. So
gotcha. I'm looking for the pun. There we go. Con men. Nah,
I think that's the name of it, but he goes, okay, and he like interviews all these people and he's trying to like, he basically does what Coffeezilla does, exposes like pieces of shit business people like Grant Cardone and shit like that. And like Tony Robbins and says like they're bullshitting you.
They
like,
ain't shit.
They're not doing anything. But one thing that was interesting was this guy meets Gary V. And they go into meet him at the office and they're telling him about this thing that they're doing, like this show that they're doing.
Like the expose.
Yeah. And Gary's like, oh, I'll introduce you to Netflix. Like I will, my agency.
To get you a show.
We should put this should be a Netflix show.
Yeah.
And Gary's basically saying like, you guys should pick a villain, like make one person the villain of it. And he's like selling. He's like, I'm one of the good guys, right? Like I'm a good guy.
I'm like, this sounds like he is trying to avoid him digging.
Yes.
Let me introduce you to Netflix.
Yes.
Let me get you into the room.
Get a main villain. That's
you
not
need to
me.
get a main villain. Let's look at the candidates. Let me help you.
So they were saying that this meeting that he was in, people pay 15 G's to have like a 10-minute meeting with Gary V to pitch their companies. So they go into his office, they talk about the company, and then he either says, okay, I'll buy into the company by just giving you your 15 grand back.
Yeah.
Or he says no thanks, and then you paid 15 grand to go and meet Gary V.
Yeah.
So they're in there for free because they just got in there. He's excited about what they're doing.
He's excited about what they're doing.
So apparently, how they actually even met is like they're doing this thing, and this guy with the Contrapreneur has the cameras on, and just like saying like how kind of frantic it is, like being around that shit. Like Gary V's, everything's recorded. Like everybody's in. It's like very intense,
like the Gary V like life.
Yeah, it's
like,
just like
everything is content.
It's intense, and like there's a lot of people stressed out. And he was like,
I'm gonna do a piss. Just one camera. Come on.
He was saying like the people there were stressed out and shit, and you could tell like as soon as you walk in that they're very stressed out. So something he was saying is like Gary V's offering them. He's like, I'll give you $25,000. He's obsessed with this. Like he talked about that with Uber because he was in the room when Uber got made, and he like invests 25 G's in all these companies, right? Like this is his thing. It's like this Italian fucking guy move. So he says, I will be a co-producer of this show and I'll put money into it or whatever. And then the guy's like, well, I'm already making this show. Like why? Or he said, you give me money. Like you pay me 25.
Conman said that to Gary.
Gary V told this to the Contrapreneur. He's like, give me 25 grand and I'll co-produce this with you or something. And
that's just always the number, 25 grand.
Yeah,
right?
and he's like, well, I'm already making the show. Like, why would I do this?
Yeah.
And then the Netflix thing never ended up happening.
Of course.
The Coffeezilla guy then goes on to talk about how Netflix kind of does this sometimes, where they'll like reach out to you and they'll be like, we're into your show. Like, let's do this. And then randomly legal's just like, we can't do this. And they just like bail on you.
Yeah, I guess on some level they fucking do their due diligence, and it doesn't help it doesn't work. Greater thing of what they're trying to do, or it leaves them exposed on some level. It's a business at the end of the day, right?
The Gary V thing, I've always kind of felt like that about Gary V, but I think
you put me on Gary V.
But I think he's positive. I think there's good things that he says that help. Like if you're trying to understand marketing, like posting more is better. Like and like all of these things that he talks about, some of them are effective, right? But I think him as like a marketing person that's like super intelligent, he could tell you way more. Because I've seen videos on YouTube where somebody's like, here's the strategy I think Gary V's talking about. And then he'll like go into Facebook and show you like what it is.
Yeah. You were talking about this before.
Gary V can just do that, I think.
So,
okay,
so the impression I got when you started talking about Gary V is that he's scamming. right?
I think it's more. I think
it seemed implied there that you're saying he was going to get caught with his pants around his fucking ankles or whatever.
I think
wasn't that guy.
I think Gary Vee is on the very fringe of it, where it's
like
not
it's all legit. It's all above board technically,
but I think it's
he's kind of like an infomercial of hustle and content.
Kind of, yeah. It's like somebody that has more resources than you and can like manipulate your moves. So he's like, yeah, okay, give me 15 grand. It's like, well, why does he need 15 grand for you to pitch him 10 minutes? You know what I mean? But it's like, that's legit, but that's kind of like shit for people as a product, if you think about it.
The only reason he needs 15 grand is if he has justified in his existence, in his like value proposition, that paying him 15 grand could possibly be the best thing you've ever done in your life, and people pay it, that's the only justification, you know. Yeah. If people pay it, that's it. That's it.
I mean, it's kind of interesting for a person that's like, look at what he says and what he sells from his content, and then have this other thing on the side. He's like, well, you could just pay me 15 G's.
But what is Gary Vee actually selling? He's an author. He sells books.
I think
does he do seminars? Does he have a master class?
Yeah, he does like he gives speeches and talks and stuff like that. So he has like his.
So he's an industry expert on leveraging social media for business growth, lead generation, all that shit.
Posting 80 times a week.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay, and like pioneering
80 times a day,
basically. And he just got viral content with his like wine library TV videos.
Yeah, I read the book that you gave me a lot. Back in the day.
And it was just like this episode is probably going to do way better because Gary Vee like is so heavily into the internet. Like if you go into the Matrix, Gary Vee's the dude sitting in the white room, like watching all the TVs.
You think?
Like he's like in the
I
internet.
totally forget the Matrix, like the context of what that guy is, the watcher or God.
He's like the program that the program makes to simulate the conversation with Neo. Like here,
I don't know. I think he's just a guy that has completely capitalized on his anxiety. I've never seen like as a nail biting sweating guy. I'm like, that's a guy that took it and said, "Fuck SSRIs, fuck Zoloft. I'm gonna lean into this. But just fucking post, video, just post it." Like, oh fuck. It's giving me anxiety I'm sweating just listening to this guy.
I think he's very heavily in with Facebooks and stuff because when I was getting into NFTs, I tried to learn a lot about it.
Okay.
And
how's that going for you?
Oh, I never like bought anything. I just wanted to learn like what was going on, and like I made a wallet and saw like what the shit, because I just listened to it. I was like, okay, let's see what the fucking is happening, because I've lost money on dumb shit before. So I was like, I just want to learn like what the hell is up. There was a thing that I'm pretty sure that Gary Vee was a part owner of that was also a company that Facebook owned, where it was just these like little NFT characters that were fucking going for crazy.
NFT was Wild West shit.
It was going for crazy money.
That was the Wild West.
And I'm like, okay, so he's got his thing that's legit. He's like using it for what it means. Like you buy NFT from Gary Vee, the V Friends, and then you can go to the conference. Like it's got a utility. His shit is legit. But I think a hard reality is I think he's in stuff that isn't necessarily always the best for
like
a consumer.
Yeah.
And I think people like that buy his stuff are into him because he does come off as this person that's a little bit more transparent, right? It's like he's supposed to be this nice person.
Yeah, everything is videotaped.
Yeah. But I think some of it is a little...
I'm just a regular guy, and I made it. Look, I bite my nails. I'm just a fucking guy with a hat. And
I'm just regular
guy. You could do it. You just fucking film it, cut it.
We're on the 50th floor of this tower. Look at this. Yeah. I'm normal.
Gary, I'm going to own the Dallas...
If actually, Gary Vee...
Does he own them yet?
No. Gary Vee
should be close. He's a billionaire, isn't he?
Oh, no.
What's Gary Vee's net worth? Is it might be one of those guys, it seems like he has a billion. He's got like 40 mil.
Billion's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. But I thought he killed it hard from the wine thing, and then he's leveraged that like tenfold.
He's
almost 50.
You know how, who's that chick?
200 million, okay.
Who's that girl that was on TikTok? She was the dancer.
You got to give me something else.
She was like the...
You got to give me at least one.
You got to give me one more.
Give me a hair color.
She was like one of the main dancers in the beginning that was like made it pop off.
She's like a teen?
Yeah. What's her name? Her name's like...
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Most famous original TikTokers.
Yeah, she was like the dancer. She like basically made it.
Not Cabby Lame, no.
Charlie D'Amelio.
Yes, Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah. What's she doing now?
She was on like Dancing with the Stars and shit.
She's hiding out in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
she's basically off of TikTok because I think it's like too much
fucked her mind.
Of course. I mean, like,
She was a competitive dancer for over 10 years.
But think about it, Gary-
That's so funny. It's funny how it was distilled down to 10 years of professional dance just goes down to.
Yeah, literally, man. Literally. That's why she killed it on Dance with the Stars, because she was the professional
she was
dancer.
on there?
But Gary Vee
Is
is...
she a dancer or the star?
She was a dancer, yeah.
She's got that.
She's a star.
She's
Like
got
a star.
that chin dimple that works for both men and women.
Ooh, I don't know
You
if
know
it's
what I'm
working
talking
for her, but Gary Vee's literally this girl,
Yeah.
except more business minded. He's just like, I went viral essentially with this Wine Library TV thing, and
I parlayed it into a
he
career.
just parlayed it into a business.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's just a smart guy.
She's 19 now? What
Yep.
the fuck?
Yeah, dude, she
That's
was.
crazy. I
was
thought
young.
she was like 23 at this point or some shit. This bitch
Yeah.
was born 3 years after 9/11. Followers 150 million.
This bitch was born 3 years after 9/11. I love it. Like
crazy.
in May, I love how you went directly to 9/11.
Yeah. What
She was born in May, for God's sake. You're like, ah, fuck 9/11. Christ.
is she gonna be weird like Macaulay Culkin when she's like in her 40s? This is too much, too early.
Yeah, something when you
150
look
million
yeah.
at like 16, 17?
Yeah.
when you
But
look
that's
at Macaulay
also-
Culkin, you feel like
You see the insanity just right in the face.
Yeah, you
You
feel-
see the dysfunction of decades of like stardom from a young age.
Yeah.
It's in the face. You see it.
But even that fame is different from this level of fame as well. Like, obviously, yeah, he was famous, but like, I think there's a difference between like movie famous and like social media famous, where people are just following you for, like you're saying, just
Yeah.
simple dances. You
Simple
know what I
shit.
mean?
I think
Like,
movie and they converge in the 100+ million followers. It all converges to just a spectacle of life that's fucked up.
his, Macaulay
Like if you got a
Culkin's
couple
shit.
million followers versus like DiCaprio, of course, it's different.
Yeah.
But 150 million versus name a girl who's the little she's in everything. Little blonde girl. She was in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. She was in
Dakota Fanning.
Like this chick is way more like imagine Dakota Fanning in real life versus walking around with this chick.
Dakota Fanning's got a scary face too.
I never
I know
even.
what she looks like. How do I spell her
I don't know if it's. I don't fuck with her or all the roles she's taken. All these like something about it. I don't know. She's
Dude,
always kind
Frank-
of pissed me off.
Frankie Muniz.
She
man.
that far left, she looks like a normal girl, but then above that, she looks like the 14-year-old that stabbed her whole family and called the cops. Like that's the picture, right?
Jesus. She
She's
looks like
29 though.
the headline's gonna say Florida Man, but it's her face.
Yeah,
You're like, holy shit.
Man.
No hate, Dakota. I'm sorry if you're listening
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
this.
Please, I'll be in anything with you. Please.
We love you.
God, I hope I can make it into Law and Order.
We imagine we just like this. Like, oh, these are just quips, Dakota. Come on, lighten up. You know you got a scary face, right?
It was just like in an elevator with you. I never thought I'd meet you. You're beautiful. Obviously, it was a weird picture we were looking at the time.
It's the internet.
If
What do
you
you
look
want?
at the episode, it was.
Yeah, here's a picture of me. Roast me. Go ahead.
Dante, I did a one-line audition for Law and Order drug dealer. The line is this: "Never would have made you for a junkie." that's the whole line.
That's a horrible line.
I know what I was overthinking.
Never
it.
would have made you.
Never would have made you for a
Holy
junkie.
shit.
Yeah, I kept fucking it up because I
Well,
like,
you have an
who
aneurysm
says
during the audition.
made. Because I said never would have took you for it. Took is what
Are
you
you
would
supposed
say.
to be
Yeah.
the drug dealer?
I'm the
or
drug
are you the
dealer, and
cop?
some like Dakota Fanning looking bitch comes up to buy crack. Yeah, okay. So I mean, the line would have made sense for that picture. I wouldn't have even said, I'd be like, here you go, standard bag of crack. But like one line I said it different ways, and a guy DM'd me. He goes, I saw your Law and Order audition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, book me. He's like, my wife's the executive producer. I put her on your shit. He's like, I'm advocating for you. I was like, well, there's another thing I'm never booking. Right when he saw I'm advocating for you, that's his way of saying it's out of my hands, and they've already booked someone
Imagine
else.
he's like annoying his wife with you, and now you have this woman that hates you.
please.
Stop showing me the interview videos, okay? We do Law and Order.
Yeah, right. Today's Nas's 50th birthday. I just got an email from Spotify.
What's the deal with
Today.
like the drug dealer? They don't like. Why are you just?
You know when they X out everything else and you have no context? Yeah, that's it. But so I'm leaning up against the wall. I'm like, I'm going to be leaning up and she's going to come and I'm going to be on my phone. And then I'm going to, when they say action, I'm going to size her up and then give them the line kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then right off the bat, they're like, we want you to walk into the frame. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. And then I went, the toothpickers. I went and I'm doing I'm like, yo, how a thug that's just picking his teeth.
That's such 90s like drug dealer. You know
Yeah, but it's
like,
Law and Order. That's all they want. The line is never would have made you for a junkie. What is that? That's
You're
like
the most bitch drug dealer of all time.
It sounds like that guy that wrote that. Remember that fucking erotica shit he wrote?
Yeah, that was fucked.
Fuck me, you black man monkey. Like, what is this?
Dude, that literally
Who
sounds
wrote
like
this?
that sounds like a line from a drug dealer that you beat up to take all his money.
It sounds like someone that's a cop trying to be a drug dealer.
Yeah, it sounds. By the way, I'll tell you about that.
You. See?
And then after I do the thing, they're like, "Okay, let's do it again, but please lose that thing." They don't even know what it is. I think my hand was covering it. I had in my mind, I literally was like, "Oh, I thought I was about to nail it with this." No. They laughed, but they're like, "Do it again." And then the last one was rigid as fuck. But you were saying undercover when I was in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I actually wanted to do a bit about this where when I worked in America among like the American blacks, they always got the sense I was an undercover. Enough times, bro, like, who's this motherfucker smiling and shit? Like, hey, so where do we get pills around here, gentlemen?
You do have undercover coffee.
I got undercover vibes, like the one who gets shot. You just you see me. You come into the warehouse. I'm tied up. I'm fucked up.
You know that scene in Departed where DiCaprio's like in the beginning, and they're like, or Damon's in the beginning in the academy. And then as he gets out, he's clean cut. He's like ready, and they put him in this undercar, this like deep big case. That's what you got. You got that like just graduated,
like fresh, wet behind the ears type
fresh
shit.
Graduation.
Yeah. No, I got undercover vibes.
You also have that fucking type of body. You know those pants they wear where the belt is super fucking tight, and they
like I'm a 50s. I'm the first black cop. I'm the Jackie Robinson of cops in a 1968 precinct. I'm like the first black cop.
They bring you into.
I'm like, let's do it by the book.
Tell them how to get the black people. Like, yeah, usually they go around here at this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like their fucking like bloodhound. I'm a human bloodhound for them. Where is he, boy? Get him!
Imagine how much more racist it would have been if his name wasn't Jackie Robinson, and they're like, no, go with Jackie Robinson. It's gonna sound way better. Sure.
Nigger Mike.
Like, call me Jackie.
Yeah. Call me.
All right, Jackie, you're up to bat.
Like, this guy's on some Huckleberry Finn shit. Where's Tom Sawyer right now?
Oh man.
And Nigger Mike with the home run. I told you, call me Jackie.
Jesus Christ. Call me Jackie, man.
Damn, that boy can swag. Yeah, undercover, like a bad undercover cop. That's
yeah. You
ever seen those videos?
Cop,
like that. There's all those videos on YouTube where they have like the real street guys because they can always tell who the undercover cop is, right? They have the fresh Nike tech and like all this stuff. They're like, yo, man, like in UK they was like, yo, fam, like da 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 da, and there's like
he's using slang from 12 years ago. Slang evolves so quick. Yo, did the man them run it back to the pum pum? Like they just all attack him at once.
Man, I watched.
There's a buzz. Get him.
When you said Mandem, I watched. I showed D today. Scarborough lawyer Paul Thomson. Scarborough lawyer.
Classic. Did he say Mandem in it? Yeah. It's so good.
Like every single interaction with the lines in that skit, Paul's got like a banger. Like, oh, what's he whipping? Oh, it's a hoopty still.
Still. Okay.
Everything he says.
Oh, say less.
Oh, say
less.
Say less. Like it's fucking perfect. Oh man,
I love when very hood guys tell me to say less because there's a moment where I want to say something and then I realize, oh, just be quiet now. You know what I mean? Like,
you smile.
They said you smile too much. No more fucking comments. You're done.
You smile too much to be around really hood black guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You're too happy, man.
Yeah, I had it too. Like I had it too good. I didn't deal with enough fucking racism growing up.
You dealt with some in Montreal though.
But they're very light. Yeah, that's like nothingness.
I explained
There was a
that to
freaking.
Dee.
We were at a bar for a long time. I'm waiting at the thing.
Long time.
And this guy just keeps, and he's the only guy running the bar, but he's also got like KKK, like he looks like the treasurer for the KKK. Like when they want
did
to
look like the
when they want to
treasurer.
refinish the bar stools, he goes, "It's the guys, it's not in the butt. We wait till we get the mess dues in, and then we'll talk about it then."
He looked like he moonlit as like a janitor for the clubhouse of like the Harley Davidson biker gang.
Yeah, like, and he also had like literally a pin here that looked like it could be like Freemason Aryan type, whatever. So he's ignoring me for a while, and another black guy that was there before me, and I was like, oh, he's the only guy running the bar. He's so like, but then it gets to a point where I'm just like, oh, this guy's like, he won't look at me, and I'm standing right in the I'm right. And then he's going, all these people are like coming in, all these older white guys, and he's like serving them. And then at one point he comes in to fill like a pint right in front of me. So I'm like, crazy night, huh? Like type shit. And he just literally, and it's my face and this camera's his face.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, crazy night, huh? And he's just like, the beer is like half full.
Yeah.
It's not just like he's about to walk away. He keeps filling it. And then I'm like, oh my God. And then coincidentally, this guy came up afterwards.
Yeah,
he's like, yo, if
it
you
was
didn't get
so
let's go.
long
Yeah.
that I was like, do I have time to take a piss? So I went piss, came back, sat down. I was like, oh, this is too long.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. I also have zero patience. Like I will go into a restaurant. If they don't give me water in an appropriate amount of time, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Really?
And it was good timing too, because the place next door was sick.
Yeah.
There was like it was packed, but there was 2 stools open.
Okay.
And we got served right away. So I was like, oh, okay. Fuck, this fucking worked
Last
out.
night I went out for drinks and I requested a drink let's just say the bar, maybe they didn't know how to make it. Okay. But they told me they did. So it took them a while to make it and they brought it and it wasn't what I actually ordered it for someone. So it was kind of shitty because I was like, oh, I wanted you to have this because it's good. But then it wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I asked the girl, she's like, comes over to give us shots or something. And I was like, oh, this doesn't have a lot of egg white in it. And she's like, no. And then she just says, no, we don't use that. We use this vegan cream spray and we don't use egg white in our drink. And for the first time in my life, I didn't fucking start a fight with a person. I was like, you know what? I'll let this bitch have that. She's wrong as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
She's lost.
I don't need her to know that
This
I
bitch
know.
is lost.
I don't need her to know.
So did you walk out or like what happened?
No,
Like, you still
I ended
drink
up
the drink?
murdering everybody in the restaurant.
They killed everyone.
couldn't-
He's still at large.
Yeah.
That was you?
They
I
said
read
you could
about that
You
this morning.
podcast. Yeah, you could podcast, but that's
You know what's funny? Right before the bartender thing, at that same bar, literally outside the bar, sorry, like in front of the bar, some guy next to me goes, there was a music venue right next to him. It's, keep in mind we're in Quebec, right? He goes, you watch Zim Zam? Or it was called like Jiznit or something, whatever. We saw the marquee.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I watched another show. He goes, oh, rap show? I wasn't even mad. I was like, I wish I literally just watched like a rap show and I'd have to be like, yeah, actually it was. They did a lot of that. So
Dude,
you nailed it.
What's interesting to me is
It's funny how the racism in Quebec is.
yeah, they're so
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
crazy.
immediate.
Yeah.
damn.
It's
fucking
immediate. It's like in Detroit when you cross over the train tracks, how the houses immediately become worse.
yeah, yeah.
Like they're
Know
nicer on
your
this side of the
place.
train track, and immediately they're boarded up on this side of the
Yeah.
train track.
Yeah.
Man, for that guy to straight say like that was legit. We're not even exaggerating. He said that to him, and that's fucking.
But the way he said it, like it was no like he talked to me. Yeah, there was no hate.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's kind of like just old.
yeah, it's
It
like
just
the
seems like
musty
it's
racism.
not evolved. It's not even like people in Ontario would be afraid. They may be thinking that it was probably the baby or 21 Savage, right? We're in a part. We're in that Michigan northern states of like we keep the racism inside, but they're just like on that like southern shit. We're just
Yeah.
like rap show. I'm like no.
Even towards like if you don't speak French in like Quebec and Montreal, they hate that. They hate when you go there and you can't.
Of course,
speak
Montreal is
Yeah, they
fine,
have French
but you
police.
leave.
The lady was telling us at the place that the cops will come in there and they'll start grilling you about can you speak French?
Really?
And if you
They're
don't,
fully French police.
you don't have enough.
crazy.
Like if you don't have enough people on staff that are French, you get like a fine.
Yeah, they're like, Smells like deodorant in here. We're doing hidden out infractions. You guys are not French at all. You decent smelling motherfuckers. You about to pay some fines, motherfucker.
I have too many teeth in here. I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm seeing too much neck. We're not meeting the scarf budget.
But the girl at the bar. So when you go there, I guess you have to go to this thing they make you go to, where the province pays for you to go to these courses, and you literally
smart service. I'm sure.
You literally have a locker, she was saying, and they make you learn French. And she knew like enough French. Okay. And I feel like that's why they talk so fast, because it's like they're edging people. Like, how good's your French? Let's go. And then
well, that's just how they speak.
Man, this Julian guy who was hanging out with us at the show.
He's probably listening to this.
He was talking so fast.
Tread lightly, brother.
No, I wasn't talking shit. I was like, he was talking so fast.
He knows where you live.
And I was like,
he's watching D at work right now.
Did you get all that?
Be careful, bro.
And she was like, yeah, he was talking really fast. But I was like, yeah, I got it. And I was like, damn. Like, it honestly sounded like one word he said.
And he was speaking French.
Yeah. I was like, literally. And I was like, is that... He's trying to like fuck her over?
Like, yeah, no. He just said the Hellcat's a sick car. Room. Like, that's all he...
It was wild how fast he was talking.
Montreal's a vibe, but
it's the best, yeah.
and I like Quebec City, but
French police is too
just
much.
like just the French are just like
that was the most French I'd felt there.
Yeah.
In my time, mostly it feels very English.
But I used to do like Navy training in Quebec City. I'd be like in uniform and I'd just go to the fucking across the street, get a coffee or something like the gas station nearby, and you go in uniform too. They don't give a fuck, and you'd be like, hey, whatever, and I'd be like, they have some decent operating English, but they won't like serve it up at all. You just gotta be like, bonjour, je ne pas parler français, toilet paper, toilet.
My ass shitty.
Yeah, my ass stinky dookie cleaning.
Do you have a Navy outfit?
Just that old hat over there. I do not here. Not
Does
here.
Andrea,
in the London house.
Does Andrea ever make you throw it on?
No, it's in the London. It's like
shit.
It's all the lowest rank.
It's like
who's turning that on? I'll dry up some pussy. It's all ordinary seaman. That's my rank for 6 years, bro.
6 years.
Yeah, I got ranked up to able seaman, but I never took the rank graduation because it was like everyone goes directly to leading seaman, so it's kind of embarrassing. Yeah,
I love how your whole career in the Navy is in one embarrassment.
Yeah, 100%. They kicked me out.
Man, you in the Navy is hilarious. Like, you're terrible in the Navy.
I was just a clown. He's like, he's funny. He's not progressed in 5 years, but God bless him. He's a funny fucker.
This is what they don't want in the Navy.
Yeah, like I know. They literally took me out on an initiative they called Trim the Fat.
You're like dishonorable discharge.
No, they're like, we're gonna dishonorably discharge you, essentially, which is called it's called in Canada. It's called NES. The NES, the reserves. It's called non-effective strength. So they kick you.
Jesus Christ!
You pretty much kind of get blacklisted on government jobs. Like this guy is useless by government position standards, which is a black
this guy
mark.
Didn't even do the push-ups.
Yeah.
We asked him to do.
But they're like, yo, if I were you, I'd voluntary discharge before you get NES. So I had to leave voluntarily to get ahead of it. They tipped me off out of respect for the 6 years of service.
Like, I'm just gonna resign.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, I would fucking get ahead of this before you. That's how I left the Navy.
Man, every day you're going in the Navy and like people talking shit about you.
Yeah,
like this is a dead man walking. Right
dead man walking.
And you're smiling as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Does that guy work here?
Holy fuck, he's still here. I thought we let him go. I just like, what was it? Private Wahab?
Ordinary seaman Wahab. Abdal Wahab.
You're literally applying for a visa right now to be extraordinary, but in the Navy, you were not ordinary.
No, I was ordinary seaman. And then I ranked up to able seaman, but I didn't take it because everyone waits to leading seaman. And then obviously there's master seaman. But that's neither here nor there.
Obviously there's a master.
Yes. And then after that, they dropped the seaman. They had the decency to... By the way, they changed the entire classification. Vandad is in the Navy now. Yeah, and their rank system is completely new. and like
Dude, yeah, they updated.
they dropped the seaman completely. I forget what it's called now. Sailor rank, sailor level 1, sailor level. Like it's a lot more regimented and it makes way more sense than it used to be. It used to be ordinary seaman, able seaman, leading seaman, master seaman, chief petty officer second class, petty officer first class, chief petty officer second class, chief petty officer first class. Now it's
what
just
is
like
petty
sailor
officer?
level 1, sailor level 2. It's kind of like there's non-commissioned members and there's commissioned members. So there's officers and there's the people that like fight imagine war. There's people that say men go that way, and then there's the men. The men are the non-commissioned members.
Yeah.
They are the grunts. They are the privates. They are the sergeants, right? And then there's commission members. So historically, they're the more educated from a higher class. They get exposed to less. So like when the fucking Prince Charles or whatever the fuck, all these guys are in the Air Force. They're all officers in the Air Force, right? They're not non-commissioned members. So they tell people to go die, essentially, as opposed to the ones who die.
Yeah.
Is the idea. You can only become non-commissioned commission member if you have an engineer or a university degree. Like they separate it within like education levels and shit. But petty officer is when you start getting high rank within the non-commissioned member. So you're kind of like, and there's ways to transfer from non-commissioned to commissioned. So if you go from non-commissioned petty officer, I think you can go to almost lieutenant in as an officer, or as we call it, lieutenant, because we fucking desire individuality.
Man,
Like,
it's gonna
we
be
need to
crazy
make
when
our own
you
thing.
are in a movie where you're like a high fucking rank.
Oh, I can do it.
And you'll
I
be-
play. That's
yeah,
why,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
when I watched You watched Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning?
Yeah, of course.
Have you? That first scene, buddy. It's a solid movie, but
Like,
the
you got a
first
good
scene
one of
with the
these.
Russian. Yeah, there's a whole thing about that. Where the older officers, the longer you're in the game of the military, it gets your salute gets sloppier and more open ended, and no one, because you're entering realms where no one can correct you. When you first get in, it's like this, right? But the older guys, like because everyone comes to attention as a high-ranking member comes, and he goes, sir, and then he comes in, he goes, like he just it's an open thing, like he's like, at ease, gentlemen. Like he's like 60, 19 bars and everything on his fucking. But that first scene in Dead Reckoning where it's that Russian submarine,
Yeah.
and that guy was like, towards the stuff, 14 degrees to the left, and like it's like impending doom, and he's like there's sweat, but he remains perfectly calm, and he's like, man, thruster 4 to the left, this, and everyone's like doing exactly, and he has the tea. The second like the alarm goes off, he's drinking a tea,
That makes it
and then
hard.
the second officer, like the second officer in command, right away, the second there was trouble, he hands that guy the tea and walks forward, and like, but that scene of like military conduct and exercise at the highest level, I was like,
You're built for this.
I love that. I just love seeing that shit.
How many times
I hate it. I
on
hate
set
being in it.
are you gonna say when like he's getting the
I was actually in the Navy.
I was actually in the Navy.
No, I'm not an actor like that. I'm a stand-up first, so I'm like trying to crack a joke. And I'm not that social a little bit. And
Oh, I ask questions. I'm always a questions guy.
no, I'm with the grips. If you see me like on set, I'm fucking around with the grips and like,
Yeah, the ordinary seaman.
yeah, those are my type of people.
Those are the
Oh,
ordinary.
you got a mortgage you can't really afford? Talk to me, brother.
The grips always have so many dogs
And
dude.
pray, yeah, and tattoos.
And cats.
Just
Dogs and
fucking.
cats.
What's
They
the
all
grip
get a
sign?
denim
What's a
jacket.
grip?
They handle the camera.
They're like all the guys handling cables.
Okay, yeah.
The
yeah.
lighting guys,
Yeah.
all those guys, they get a denim jacket. They cut the sleeves off. They patch on a bunch of shit, get a bunch of tattoos, age themselves 20 years, and just have a general vibe of indifference.
These guys have the most annoying jobs. It's pretty much like anything that's a thing, they have to have an answer for it. Like I was doing one, there's a truck and it just like was leaking, like a condensation. It's 'cause, Alex, truck. It's like, okay. He's got this big stick he found. He's like cleaning it up. It's like, oh,
It's the weirdest thing.
we need this tape. You got tape on you? He's like, oh yeah, okay, fucking.
Because there's no right or wrong way to do things, because you're just going into a space and you need to make so like, let's say they're shooting in this room, then they're like too much light. Now they need to get a guy to set up a tripod thing.
Okay.
So they need to put a diffuser in front of this thing.
Yeah.
So now he's got to fucking find room to put it and lock it in. And like he goes less. And now they got to go get another layer of it.
Yeah.
To put over it, and they're like, okay, lose half of it, and they just told you to be ready, and now they realize they're not going to be able to set this up until lunch. So they're like, okay, we'll go.
It's
back
like
to
the
your
most
trailer.
important shit ever, but they're like, it's the dynamic of power is hilarious.
Yeah.
Man. It's crazy. Like for like fries or something. If fries are beside you in a commercial, they're like sitting on a thing, and then there's like a guy that is
Just
watching,
a fry guy.
just a fry guy, and there's somebody watching like that one fry's too high. You got to lower it. And he's like, okay. And then he tries to lower, and he's like literally on like toothpicks, and they're so delicate. And like they touch it, and the guy's like, please don't touch these fries. He's like losing his mind over the fries.
I did a McDonald's commercial one time where I'm biting into a sandwich, and the back they put all of the contents of the sandwich to the front, facing the camera. So where I'm biting is just 2 pieces of bread, right? And so they make it perfect. And there was the guy who was the sandwich guy, and his whole thing was the sandwich. And he had an assistant where her whole thing was she carried a little Tupperware of cut up little lettuce. And he'd be like, Janet. And he'd take tweezers, and it'd be red spicy sauce. And you know how McDonald's puts green shreds of lettuce perfectly over, because green over red, right?
Yeah, so good.
So he's just like, Janet. She fucking runs over, and she's just holding this in front of him. He's like, all right, okay, we're good. And then I gotta like take one bite, and they're like, we love what you're doing, but remember, there's a spice level above this, so leave a space. I'm just like, now they're resetting it, right? I'm spitting the fucking 2 pieces of bread in a bucket.
Oh, the eating it looks
Nightmare.
amazing. Like
Nightmare.
I've never wanted more. You know, in that scene in Rush Hour where Chris Tucker has the Chinese food in the white box,
Oh my god.
I'd fight.
Chinese food in a white box with 2 chopsticks sticking out of it.
Jesus.
Oh, that to me, that's how you romanticize working late in New York.
Yes.
Growing up, they're like,
Yes.
oh, we're doing Chinese again. They come in like that's a nightmare. They got people at home that are like about to leave their asses.
Dude, it could be the worst food in that box, but by virtue of it being in that box, oh man, I'm hot and heavy.
I
for
know. You're like, fuck. I guess we're here till 2.
It. Yeah, I
I
guess
gotta work on the case.
Like, I don't know why any Chinese place, they start implementing that white box.
That's
I'm telling you, sales are going through the
Thai
fucking
Express.
roof.
That's the only reason I went there. Until I stopped going because the box is black and
Yeah,
it's
it's
got a
black
bunch of shit.
now.
Make
Yeah,
it
they
just
put, like,
white with
yeah.
nothing on it.
Red, it's got to be white with the red
lettering.
little red lettering.
You know what
on
I
it.
don't mind though, which a lot
Almost
of coffee
racist.
places they do it. Yeah, it just says Ching Chong.
Yeah.
But they get just plain white and they just have their red stamp of the thing and they
Yeah.
just bah, bah.
I like that.
Bah. I like that. Just a fucking stamp of your thing. Keep it white. Keep it light.
Yeah, because
Drop the chopsticks in
keeps
that
the
bitch. Call a
overhead,
nigga
like,
rich.
super low, you know.
Damn right.
Man, somebody
But
almost
the stamp budget is crazy though.
when we were on the road, we stopped at on the roots.
Yeah, yeah.
We went to New York Fries, and this guy, I ordered some fries from this guy.
Good fries.
And he hits it with one
shake.
He hits it once with the salt, and he turns. I was like, no, you could do that again. You could do. And he almost immediately knew the fuck I was talking about because he starts hammering it. He's shaking the box up. It's the best fries I ever had in my life.
You know what's funny? First of all, they were salty as fuck and on point. If you salt fries enough, you don't need ketchup. Just learned that the other day.
Yeah, you don't.
Dude, it's a conduit for
Yeah,
salt.
bro. High blood pressure coming your way, playboy. You know what I noticed in Tim Hortons? I have to like adjust the order based on who is making it, and sometimes you don't know if it's the guys like who is at the sandwich section. If it's like a white guy my age, I tell him exactly what I want. Everything bagel, buttered and toasted.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a bigger set white chick who has a whole different fucking opinion on what one serving of butter is, you got to be like half butter, half butter and toast it. Now it's the same.
Yeah.
But if it's a brown guy,
Yeah.
I got to be like triple butter that bitch. And all of those
And
are
it's
the
dry.
exact same amount. Yeah, I told him double butter, and it seemed like there was no butter in it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Most of the time-
you were brown, bro, so I told you to double it up.
No,
you know
but
what I mean?
They're stingy with it.
I know, so you got to be like
Triple it
triple
up.
butter, quadruple butter. Just give me. You remember the fucking manual you read when you first joined this thing? Remember that picture?
Dude,
Try
you got to go
follow.
to Hazel's Diner.
Ooh,
They butter their fucking bread like crazy.
yeah, I remember.
You and the butter bread everywhere we went. He's like the waitress is like leaving. He like, grabs her arm. He's like, "But do you butter the bread here?"
She's like, "Sir, you're hurting me."
He's like, "Oh,
is it whipped?
Your hand's soaked."
She's
Like,
is it whipped? Why are you sweating so much? She says, "Is it? Can we get whipped butter?"
When's the last time you went to the keg?
Didn't we go
with me?
Yeah,
dude.
Where was that? I don't even remember.
Somewhere in
BC.
BC, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
That they whip up butter like a whole.
Oh, I love it because they put dill in it too. It's got butter that comes out with character. It's got little oregano and there's something. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's whipped and it's got.
It looks wrong, but it's so right.
Yeah, right. Like they dropped it on the over some sand and we're just like mix it in.
I think that if the keg ever sponsored the podcast, that would be my best achievement in the world.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think Adobe. We were talking about that.
Yeah,
I did. I applied for some freaking agency that represents you for online content. And one of the questions was, what 5 brands would you like to... And I was like, Adobe should have been one of them.
Adobe.
Yeah.
What were the 5 brands?
I said BMW, Adidas, Rode.
Why'd you laugh so hard at BMW?
I know this guy loves his BMW.
Yeah, he's obsessed with BMW.
I do Audi too, but I think of myself align more with BMW.
That's what I'm saying.
What the hell?
Yeah.
You align more with BMW.
Yeah, like
What
watch
about
BMW commercials. You're going to see a lot more bearded black guys than
Dude, I thought
Audi
you were
commercial.
in a VW. Go to VW's website. I was like, is that
Bearded black guy with a white girl, that's the go-to Nissan coupling.
I was like, wait,
every
is this a
Nissan
boss?
commercial.
Which one?
Except they've
got.
got
Just VW.com. I was like, is this a boss?
Since they've cast me, they've gotten at least one tone lighter skin every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, they going for the Half Brothers now, huh? It's your time now. It's off gay Italian look these days.
Go to
my time is gone, bro. I'm out.
Go to the menu. Go up to the menu on the side.
The menu,
And then go
it's build of all
discover
dragon.
our models.
So you went on this website?
Yeah, the other day.
Oh, you can get that's the EV buggy.
Yeah.
Yo, open that up in a new tab. What does that go for? Just type in it. Fuck it.
Yeah, because I think the
Now
car's coming
motherfuckers
up
know.
soon, so I was thinking maybe we're getting some. But I think it's the Theos, like the guy.
Yeah, open that up. ID Buzz on the right.
Cool, eh?
Yeah, I watched the thing and the car show about this.
It's electric.
Yeah, fully electric.
Damn.
This is gonna be popular.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be really popular. And if it fits if they have it set up so you could put a bed and everything, which people will immediately make those.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
almost like a good touring vehicle.
That's what I'm saying.
Like holy
So
shit.
it's actually not a good touring vehicle just because the infrastructure for electric is not like when you say touring, we're talking about a cross country type shit, right? It's gonna be like from here to Montreal, we're good. But I'm pretty sure if you want to go from Montreal to fucking Winnipeg, I think it's probably not that many charging
I
options.
think you're gonna be surprised, man. Up north in Sault Ste. Marie, they put a lot of charging up, like because those highways, like you just said, like you're fucked if you can't charge your car. So they put a ton.
Canadian Tire has a bunch of. Anyways, why did we come on this website though?
Okay, go
This
back. I
aside?
want to see the guy that looks like him. So the Theos, I think.
The Theos.
These are
Oh,
all-
so this is the car you're looking at cars?
I was just looking at this like randomly.
That's the most exciting part of life, right
Oh
there.
my god, shopping for a vehicle.
Oh, vehicle.
Where's it?
Especially when you're in the market for like a new vehicle.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Okay, go up. Yeah, the
The
Theos.
Theos is like a bigger Tiguan.
Yeah, that guy. I was like, that's fuck. Is that? I literally.
That kind of does look.
I
like
was
me.
straight up.
Zoom
I was
in
like,
on-
is that
yo,
a boss?
zoom in.
Like legit? But then it's
Yo,
like, it's not. Like that's.
that I literally have that. That actually
huge.
does. That's crazy.
That's like I literally looked at this, zoomed the fuck in. I was like, oh, okay, it's not. I was
That-
like, he would have told me he's in
That's
his fucking
no,
ad.
I would have known because my bank
Like,
bank
how
account would have
crazy
known.
is that,
trust me.
man? I'm like, they literally replaced you. This could
crazy.
be fucking generative fill for all we know.
That's crazy. Type in Nissan.
You're better.
go to
Look, I
YouTube.
think you're better looking than this guy.
Thanks, bro.
I'll be
The
honest.
guy looks exactly like me, and the features are all invisible. So you're just trying to appeal to shit, right? here.
It's true.
Wow, 1 hour ago, 6 million views. What the fuck,
Dude, that's what happens when you're fucking
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
That's crazy.
Kind of a weird name for him, eh? Like you look at him, I'm like,
Yeah.
when I hear Mr. Beast, I'm
It
like,
worked.
kind of a thick black guy, you know?
Yeah, go. Yeah, right, Mr. Beast.
Like
Go-
Ronnie
go.
Coleman.
Yeah,
should-
exactly.
Should
Not
only-
Ronnie Coleman. Is she? What's his name? Who died? Fighting in the street, backyard fights.
Kimbo Slice.
Oh,
Kimbo
Kimbo
Slice.
Slice,
That's Mr.
yeah.
Beast.
What about Bob
Yeah,
Sapp?
how did he die again?
Heart attack.
Yeah, live fucking
The heart
hard.
was just the heart was
die
just ticker.
quick. Type in Strike Force Nissan.
That's what you're in?
I wonder if this is still up. Nissan, not GTI.
Is that what the commercial was called?
Yeah, it was like we were the Strike Force. Go down.
Yeah, you're in you're in the car.
It's like a sick commercial.
Your skin looked incredible.
Thank you, brother.
They
Thank
put
you.
really good makeup on you.
Yeah,
What
thank you,
year?
brother. It was 09, I believe.
Should I-
There we go, right under that? No, but see,
2020.
but that's the bearded black guy, though, right? See, they're all bearded black guy. Strike Force, Nissan Qashqai. Fuck it. It's
See why? So see how much you look like that guy?
Yeah.
That's why I look different in all the shit I'm in.
over. What do you mean?
Because
wait.
I
Humvee climbing vertical wall. I think I've seen this. Let's go to that again.
Humvee climbing a vertical wall. Come on, imagine it's not gonna get over this wall.
Yeah, it is.
What? What do you mean?
Long
it's gonna get over the
wheelbase.
wall.
Watch.
I love how this is just the boys hanging out.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can drive up the straight wall.
Let's see if you can drive straight up this wall, dude. It's like, all right, fuck it. Come on.
Thank God for undercarriage protection.
This is pure military.
Yeah. like-
In the south. Thank God for undercarriage protection.
oh man, this guy's about to get a concussion on the way down
How
here.
does?
Oh. He was nice with it.
Because you got to get a bounce. You got to get a bounce
Jeez,
going.
That was beautiful.
No. Oh, I thought he was. I was like.
I thought he was going over the wall.
Oh, look at that
yeah.
Humvee right there in the middle. Oh my God, I saw the AM General Hummer.
I want that electric Hummer. That thing's
By the way,
sexy, dude.
That is a car that is like giant black guys exclusively drive that car.
Hummer?
I saw it the other day. A blacked out Hummer. Like he looked like fucking Pulp Fiction. What's his name? The villain guy with the bald head. He gets like raped at the end.
I don't remember.
Amaro. What's his name? Villain in Pulp Fiction. Type that in.
Ving Rhames.
Is it that? Pulp
He's not the villain. He's like the mob boss. And then those guys like fucking
Marcellus Wallace.
Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
You know what's hilarious? The old
Isn't this guy in Mission Impossible too?
Yeah.
He's
Ving
the
Rhames.
guy.
He's the guy.
He's the
man.
coder. It's funny in the CEO of the company that I first worked for in America. His name was Marius, and for a year I called him Marcellus. And one day he goes, he's Romanian. He goes, "My name is not Marcellus, it's Marius." I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fired. I'm fucking fired.
Damn, that's an ordinary seaman shit.
I'm
coming out of
like,
you.
Marcellus, what's going on, nigga? That's probably was the problem. You good, nigga? I saw you getting raped, nigga. Shit, man. Walk it out, playboy.
Man, you have a ton of competition in the good-looking, bald black guy department, man.
No, this guy,
Holy
me and this guy are
shit.
completely different class.
I know, but
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
how
Like, I
many
can't-
of these guys? You guys made in a factory for Christ's
I
sake?
can never make it in these movies because I got this look. I can't. I feel
You're not
like
thick. You're fit. You know.
yeah, but also face wise, I got a thing where it's kind of like I almost have like whitish features, not traditionally. You know, you understand exactly what I'm talking about too.
yeah.
That's why I can't book a lot of
You're
this
too
shit.
trustable.
Well, I mean, that's ironic for a guy that looks like he's in undercover.
That
you know?
guy in Montreal had to try to be racist to you because he was every urge in him wanted to say hello because of how inviting your face is.
He goes, rap, big rap, rap guy, big guy, rap.
When you're talking about those guys that send people into fight, I just watched the movie The King. You ever watch that?
No,
Oh, on Netflix.
Damn, you gotta watch.
put it up,
Fire.
search it up.
Fire.
Damn, when you get a reaction like that, I'm
Man,
like,
you
oh,
gotta
shit.
watch it.
How much you watch you right now, playboy?
This
Timothy-
one?
yeah.
Oh.
Timothy Chalamet. He's banging one of the Kardashians right now, I think.
Is he? Who is it?
Whoever the robots want him to have. That right there, that guy.
This is a good movie.
Oh
That's
God,
sick.
yeah,
Yeah?
It's actually sick. Just like
He's a king.
yeah. It's
Like
actually
a
a
young
real.
king.
It's a real story. Yeah.
Oh,
It's the
gotcha.
Battle of Agincourt, and that's like actually
I
happened.
love how you say it like you knew it before the movie.
Agincourt.
Let me ask you about it 1 week from now.
Yeah.
It's actually the Battle of Agincourt. It happened
it's-
right before Versailles. And
This is back when when like the main guy would go and fight, like be in the main.
yeah, he'd like lead the battle.
Yeah. Who the hell was like,
They
let's
changed that
let's
quick.
not do this.
yeah.
Like, why are we doing this?
yo, this guy in the movie.
Oh, he's good,
Yeah?
man.
Yeah.
Is he
Oh,
like,
He's a really good actor. That guy.
He looks like he fucking could
He's in that
crush 10 Bud Lights
movie.
quick.
Oh my god.
Looks like Action Bronson's distant relative.
Yeah, exactly. That secretly raps.
He's in that fighting movie with Tom Hardy.
I bet he is.
You've seen that Warrior?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that was a solid
This
movie.
dude's in
Tom Hardy don't
sick
fuck up.
movies, man. He's
Actually,
like,
you know what? That's that Strike Force thing that I got that I
Yeah.
booked. The original casting for it for the main guy,
Mm-hmm.
they said think the reference was "Think Tom Hardy." I was like, "Yeah, boy."
For a car commercial?
Yeah. For that, because it was
They
used the
shoot
whole
so
thing.
high for these things. They think they treat these projects
Like they're movies.
Like they're movies.
Yeah. This one was crazy though. This was driving mountainside on an ocean, and a helicopter was following us for the shot. This is before drones really picked up. I'm like thinking, like, man, drones are they not there yet? It's like a fucking helicopter.
Yo, what's this guy's name? This actor?
Let's find out, bruv.
Because like he's
Click
one of those
that, I'm sure
actors
you'll
where
find.
he's not the main guy in a movie,
But he steals it.
but
kinda
he's
thing.
good enough to be the main guy. But
Okay.
they're always like he's always got like a tertiary role. But
Edgerton?
he fucking steals
Joel
the show,
Edgerton.
man.
Yeah. What's his role? Is he like the king's hand or some shit?
Kind of. He's like the advisor for the army.
And his dad died, so he's the king type deal.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, this guy's role is just to set the table for battles. Like, here's how you should do it, and fucking, I've fought before, so this is what you should know.
How long is this movie? Is it like a 3-hour fucking thing?
No, and it's one of those movies like you want it to be longer. It's that good. You're like, this is fucking really good.
God damn.
I want to watch it again. Like, it's actually just like...
I'm gonna watch it again.
How old is it?
Robert.
He's like, I just watched it yesterday.
Robert Pattinson's really good in it, man.
Eh?
I just watched Devil All the Time. You ever watch that?
No.
Holy shit, that's a good movie.
Okay, fuck off with this shit.
Robert Pattinson is.
Thank God you both didn't go, oh!
No.
Dante just runs out into his car. I don't think he's coming back.
You gotta watch Devil All the Time too. It's
You did a
good.
magic trick in front of him?
Robert Pattinson, he plays like a preacher in that movie, The Devil All the Time. The accent, he fucking nails.
What is it, Irish or something?
No, it's like proper Southern.
Okay, go to
Oh, that guy
that
too.
Tom Holland guy as like a cleaned up God guy. Oh, that one on the left. I think I saw the thing for
That guy
this.
plays it.
It's good?
Oh fuck.
guy plays it, yeah.
It's really good, man. I might watch this shit again too.
Didn't this guy in the second, wasn't he the bad guy in fucking John Wick 4? The young rich cunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
He's
li-
amazing, this dude.
I saw him in another thing. I didn't like his role in John Wick 4. I didn't like that weird
yeah, it
thing. But
wasn't
like,
as good.
I don't got no beef with this guy. But
He's really good. This
yeah, go to the accent. Go to the trailer of
This
that
dude's
one.
face, man, he really fucking knows.
You can go villain or like lead guy.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much what they do with the eye makeup to sink the eyes in or keep them up. You know what I mean?
Devil
Like,
All the Time. This is one of those movies you got to pay attention the whole time.
I hate those movies.
But it makes fucking sense because it's all connected. You got to watch it all. Fuck, it's a good
I like it
movie.
when scenes like this put on like drum beat.
Some reason, man, this movie either like I think there's just too much content nowadays, or like
It just came and went.
it just came and went. But it should have been like this. If this movie came out 15 years ago, people would be talking about it like as one of the really really good movies. Like the way you talk about The Departed and the way you talk about like
Antonio.
Inception.
Pause it. How are you banging out all these movies too?
How am
Why
I
do you watch
banging-
this?
I'm just fucking consuming.
I just
movies.
watched 7 yesterday.
How are you banging out movies? I love that. That's the question.
Took me 3 all night to get it done, dude. And we started in Montreal.
How sick is 7 though?
Great movie. Love a movie that has kind of like a sad ending. It's very rare,
Kind of like
especially
your,
a very satisfying ending like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like what?
kind of like your time in the Navy.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that was a happy ending to fucking. You know, my whole plan for the Navy was to join and quit right away.
How did you fuck that up?
Boot camp was $6,000 for 9 weeks. The plan was I'll do boot camp and I'll quit. But then once you make it through 9 weeks of this fucking thing,
You're like, I can't quit now.
Me and my family, we fucking. It's not a good look if I quit. I was like, I'll quit in 6 months, and then they're just you realize it's training nights. It's constant little like driplets of moolah.
Your Navy
I was paying for
experience
school out of my
is
pocket.
like the one thing on your record. Like if people only heard about your Navy, they'd be like, "Oh, is this guy a fucking bum?" Like,
How? What do you mean? It
Like-
sounds legit.
no, I'm saying you went in the Navy. Your objective in the Navy was to quit early. You failed at that. You literally were in it for 6 years. You didn't rank up at all.
I could have. I could have. I made able seaman. I just didn't. I didn't take the rank.
You didn't, and they basically fired you from
Now
the
he
Navy.
left. What do you
That's
mean?
about it.
But
Yeah.
you're like a
I
smart
left
fucking
volunteer.
ass engineer.
Well, that's why. That's why I left, was because I didn't like respect it. Like I had the whole wrong
kidding, you
mindset.
didn't
I had the whole wrong mindset. That's actually my biggest regret in life, is not sailing in the Navy. Because I was in for 6 years and I did
Biggest regret-
so much training and I was
Biggest regret
2
in
weeks
life.
away. 2 weeks away from like getting my A ticket, which is your first level qualification A ticket. So now you can sail. You can go on 2-week sails to Caribbean, whatever. I should have fucking sailed for a 2-week contract at least before I quit.
And then quit.
Yeah, it was 6 years. I was in there doing everything, learning everything.
Jokes for 6
Every
years.
single part of your experience in the Navy was a failure.
Yeah.
You wanted to quit early, was there for 6 years. I actually quit too early because I didn't get to sail.
6 years, never sailed. Never sailed. Never sailed.
What the
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck, I actually quit too early.
It's funny, sometime years ago, I was around a boat and something went wrong. Someone was like, "Weren't you in the Navy?" And I just started laughing. Like, I don't even.
Weren't you in the Navy? And you're like, how much time do you have?
It's like failing out of police foundations and then being in a hostage situation. Like, weren't you in like a police program? Like, dude.
They did not select me for further
I did not
evaluation.
make it for candidacy.
Oh my God, the not sailing thing. How
Yeah,
many
that's my biggest regret, without a doubt.
in life? Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God.
So many years. And like, that's a fucking experience to have. Like, I was on, I learned everything I needed to alongside. A ship is at the dock.
Yeah.
It's tied up. I'm learning how to, I was marine engineering systems operator. I'm in the basement, diesel alternators, switching diesel power to electric. The electric drives the propulsion.
you love
we
that
learn all
shit.
that shit. So I'm learning and I'm learning. Okay, we're gonna check pressure differentials. You got your like engineering rounds you got to do down there. Make sure the oil, make sure the fuel level, the bilge, everything. I literally learned it all. I did the NETP, which is a course you must do. It's a 1 month long course in Halifax where it teaches you how to do fire readiness, pipe fixing, all the ship, like emergency scenarios on ship. Did that. Did everything essentially. And then got the job offer in Michigan and like ran to the money immediately. Ran to the money. But looking back, man, did it wrong.
Dude,
for sure.
you and a diesel engine? Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's just, you don't even need a lady.
My fucking, exactly. My romance with diesel began years ago.
Yeah, you're obsessed with it.
In the eve of 2009.
I think you should also tell the listeners that you were driving around a fucking Volkswagen. So he like deleted this economy.
But he has a diesel Volkswagen.
I don't anymore. It got killed.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
he got killed. But he deleted something on it that makes it like less safe for the environment.
It's called
but
DPF delete. Google it.
insanely, but it's like insanely fuel efficient.
What is it?
So it's
Well, there's DPF delete. Yeah.
DPF delete
A
Ontario.
DPF delete is one way to satisfy that need. What is a DPF and how to delete it? Yeah,
Literally-
it's a whole thing. The best reasons why not to do a DPF delete.
You
That's
stand
hilarious.
beside the car too long, you get a little dizzy.
Yeah. Oh my
You're
god.
like, holy shit.
Essentially, diesels burn efficient but dirty. So they have all these systems in place where it'll take the exhaust and like reburn it and like do all these things to try to make it like economically not so goddamn, you know what I mean, detrimental. But if you just delete that whole system,
If you just get rid of that,
so you have two options. You can either up your fuel economy like stupidly, or you can up your power. I upped my power and kept fuel economy where it was at. And it was like a nice boost. Now it's louder. It's way faster. Just fucking pulls. But now it's just goddamn like... It's destroying the world. It is literally a smog machine driving around.
he was saying
It
sometimes
leaks
you'd have to open the
cabin.
windows 'cause
Oh,
it
all the
leaks
time.
into the cabin.
And then it was worse when you open the windows. You'd have to park and just do a walk around to avoid the freaking like fuel poisoning.
these decisions are hilarious. You're
Buddy.
just driving around, rolling the window. You're like, I can't even fucking see.
It's electric windows. It wasn't that bad. They were rolling them up. It wasn't. It was a
Your car now
It's a
has
2012 Playboy.
Your car now has these, eh?
No, it doesn't.
I actually
My
missed that
first
shit.
car had them.
I missed that shit.
On a very like on like a very minimalist car. That's I actually really do like it. But it's annoying. With a coupe it works, but if it's 4-door, then it's like you want to open the
Dude, for years people did this.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, my first car was that. 4 years of that.
Just-
I like it. Just roll it up, roll it down. Fuck the regulator and all this stuff. Like when it goes, it's actually pretty easy to switch the whole thing, but that's just another thing that can go wrong.
When people-
manual works, baby.
When people like were, when those was starting to be a thing, like electric, all the features, that was always like people, you can't fix it if it's broken. I'm like, who the fuck is fixing their own window in their car? When you're in a small town, everybody's like, I'll just fucking... Never in their life have they ever operated... I'll just fix it. Just because you're a dad now?
No, that blew my mind. Growing up, that shit blew my mind because my dad was not handy at all.
Yeah.
But it through my years of fucking collecting tools and shit, that's the best. To just be able to like, I'll just order it online, go on YouTube. If it's like things like that you don't have to go under the car, you can do most of these things. I did a lot
you
of
can
things.
do easy shit.
But when you have to jack the car up and be under it, and like there's things I could do. Technically, I could jack the front left, but it's hard to get the leverage you need underneath. Like this on your back. You need it to be up and going like this, you know? So like some things you just got to take to a mechanic, but it feels fucking great to be able to do like a bunch of the shit. Like
that's
changing the intercooler on that car, that the DPF Delete car with my buddy Carl, dude, that was the craziest thing I've ever done. That was the most like we took the whole front end off, so many things, and we put a big intercooler on. Like the front thing that cools the engine, it was leaking. I replaced it, successful. When the car turned on, it was the best feeling of life. Yeah. But after the fact, I ended up finding out that I put my refrigerant tubes too close to the radiator belt. So it just ate it, and all the refrigerant fell out, and it was 1,000. So after fixing that, my AC was done until the car died. We ruined the AC.
Christ, man.
Luckily, we fixed it right at the end of summer, so I didn't realize till the next summer what happened. And it got destroyed shortly afterwards. And now my car currently has no AC. I'm so used to being in a car with no AC. I'm just fucking waiting so I can get my... Type in Singer 911, S-I-N-G.
Yeah, you need to get T-boned at a stoplight.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I told my girl the other day, how come nobody's hit this fucking car yet? Images.
How come nobody's hit this car? I don't know.
This is how I'm gonna.
Do you wanna live?
This is how I'm gonna invest my money when I have money. This is one of those very limited edition, custom-made Porsches.
I like that one.
Which one? Which one are you pointing at?
This guy like this.
I can't see
the sand dude.
The rally one.
The rally one.
Yeah, the bottom.
Go down.
Second from the right. There you go.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
cool.
Well, that thing's pure rally inspired. It's lifted up. I don't like that vibe. I want it to be dumped like that gray one to the left there. Any of them off the top. Like, look at the one to the right of where you are right now. Oof. Oh my God. Look at that. Attractive. Oh my God. That's wide body to the max.
I kind of want an old truck.
So let's say that's $1 million, right? Let's say that's 800 grand.
Is it really that much?
It's at least 750 grand.
Jesus.
But like, you buy it,
I know somebody
and then
like this.
In 2 years, look, this one is worth 925 grand. It's people are like, why would you ever? That is having a portfolio or one thing of your portfolio.
It's an asset.
Exactly. Yeah. This guy,
as long as you don't drive,
925 in 3 years is worth 1.3.
Yeah.
And maybe not that much, but this is the type of car you have for 10 years plus. It's an amazing car to drive. You just keep it maintained legit by whoever the specialists are. And it goes up in value 100 grand a year.
Yo, type in restored old GMC Sierra. Those trucks are fucking nice. All those old like Fords and shit with the front, like the square front.
I love these. Like an F100. The F100. Yeah. Sexy.
Like that car right there, far right, the black one. That's
lots of, I can see that. Yeah, my buddy, the SS, my buddy's straight up from fucking Sault Ste. That Sault Ste's coming out of you.
That's nice, man.
Type in wide body 8 Series.
You got your dog in the back there?
Oh, yeah. No, the dog's right here with you.
In the front seat.
Yeah, hell yeah, he's not in the back. That boy going dumb. Like, his name is Lassie or some shit, or Bud. His name is Bud.
Wide body.
Yeah, they don't make the 8 Series. That one on the right, the far under it to the right. Yeah, this is one of the sexiest things I've ever seen.
They don't make this anymore.
They don't make the 8 Series. The 8 Series is out. Actually, they think they might come up with an M8. But that black one we were looking at, oh my God, like that is fucking sex on wheels. I've never seen the
lights like that.
Yeah, this is the 8 Series. Discontinued these, but look, this one someone made a wide body. How sexy is that? Look at the just.
Kind of looks like a shoe.
It kind of looks like a shark. Oh, that one. The left of that. Yeah. Like.
Oh yeah.
Lines like that.
That looks like a Batmobile.
They need to bring that shit back immediately. Shit, that's sexy as fuck.
It is, yeah.
But I gotta pee. Want to land this bitch?
Land it.
Yo, if you're listening, Hamilton, come out. September 23rd, the day after this drops. Come out. And then Winnipeg, October 27th. Saskatoon, November 4th. And Regina, November 2nd. I got a the Regina, I still got to put up the link. But yeah, tickets at abosswahab.com. Come check me out. What about you, bro?
Yeah, I'm in the Sioux October 27th and then Sudbury on the 28th. Check me out.
Fucking right.
If you're around there, if you're up for it.
Sudbury on the 28th, the day after Sault Ste. Marie?
Yeah.
How far does it drive?
3 hours.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hit subscribe, follow wherever you want. Leave a 5-star review if you're on Apple. We got like 1 review. 5 stars. If it ain't 5 stars, don't do nothing. All right. If it ain't 5, it ain't helping. All right. And I'm trying to get back in the Navy, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
With that.
Till
next time. Peace.